Thank you for coming to the event today. I'm proud of joining this great event. My name is Rikiya Yamamoto. I'm belonging in Softbank Robotics in Japan. Today, I would like to introduce you about the robotics business, main use cases and best practices and so on. We continued humanoid robot business over 8 years. These 8 years experience are certainly rare, and I feel it's very important for how to remain this meme. So that I'm here to explain. Not sure how far near you are from the robotics business. However, robotics is already incoming in the world and all over the situation. So I believe it's very useful all for you. First of all, I would like you to see the great dance performance from Peppa. Yeah, this is the biggest event and tough event I've ever joined. This was performed in 2021. We provided the 100 units performance in the Pro Sports Baseball League Softbank Hawks. We got the Guinness awarded from this Peppa performance. The performance originally have started with 20 Peppers and 20 other great robots in 2020 to cheer up the baseball team in the situation that nobody come to the stadium because of COVID-19. I have found that Korea baseball team called Hanwha performed with the animal dolls before this activity. So I feel the sense of intimacy to Korea baseball team. Through this activity, we have provided the new style of baseball cheerleading performance. Peppa is not the robot who is possible to dance, but also Peppa is possible to perform lots of situations. From now on, I would like to introduce who, where, and what is the Peppa business is. Before going to details about the Peppa, first of all, I would like to introduce who we are Softbank Robotics. It's the one of the Softbank group providing robot DX solutions in the world. We provided several types of the service robot. One is a cleaning robot called Wiz, a serving robot called Savi, and communication robot, Peppa and Now. Now is the smaller robot than Peppa, who we launched in the market before Peppa. Now main use case is for the academic, like university. Today's focus point is Peppa, so I would like to introduce Now next time if possible. Through the years experience, we provided over 20,000 Peppas to the market globally, working with more than 3,000 companies, more than 1,000 educational fields. This is significantly large scale in the world for the service robot we've ever seen, of course. And due to those activities, Peppa is #1 well-known humanoid robot in the world. Next is I guess you know Peppa anyway, like the shape and the weight and so on. So maybe you know Peppa is something humanoid, and that is entertainer, and it's provided by and produced by Son Chung-Lee's. But wait, do you know what is his value proposition? What kind of business area that Peppa is active? And what kind of thing Peppa can do? Actually, less people know about this topic. Correctly? After this, I would like to explain this kind of subject for you. What is Peppa value proposition? Yes, is the attractive character by the various movements. When you would like to use robot for the cost-down perspective, you should choose more factory-style robotics, more accurate, more speed, etc. But because Peppa can move attractively and they have the arm and hands and wide his face, it's because to attract the people. So people can walk the area where the communication is important. Where is Peppa? For example, when Peppa is going to start up, Peppa tends to look around to check if there is the dangerous product or not. But actually, this kind of moving during the startup of Peppa is not mandatory as the technical perspective. However, Peppa do. Why? Peppa's value proposition is to attract the people. So Peppa was designed for human smile. At the initial days of Peppa business, we provide Peppa to every use cases, like security services, surgery support, and the apartment receptionist, etc. That was successful at the part of promotion at the time, in the short term. But honestly speaking, it was not sustainable. Why? The reason is the KPI of this use case is easily to replace by the other useful devices. For example, when you think about the security services, actually there is the two key goals. One is how much the device can check the suspicious person. The second case is how not to run away the suspicious person when they are doing the malicious thing. It's easy to imagine that web camera plus AI is better to do for the first use case, I mean the checking something. And the second use case, the not to run away, the malicious people, humanoid robot is possible to do nicely. In the case robot can dash, grab, and fight, and the karate and the taekwondo with the human. Current Peppa is too hard. Through working with over 3,000 customers, we found that basically those three business use cases that is displayed on here can work sustainably. One is promotion products, one is education, and one is elderly care. I would like to explain the business use case today. However, before going to business use case, I would like to introduce roughly Peppa function overview. As you can see, Peppa is 121 centimeter tall, similar size, 12 years old. Peppa has several sensors, microphone, 3D sensors, and camera, etc. for detecting environment. And Peppa has the first robot, which has display, and because she has arm and 5 fingers, she can express nicely. This is the hardware perspective. Then when we're going to the software side, there the type of the OSs inside the Peppa. One is Naoki OS to control hardware directly. It's specific OS for Pepper now. The other one is Android, who control how Pepper express. Moreover, we provided content management platform, application platform on the software. So one is hardware, the second layer is software, then the application platform, then there is the multi applications on the platform to fit to each business use case. This is the great system, great platform system. Everyone can program Pepper easily to fit to each business use case without coding. Actually, Pepper has a lot of actuators, motors, and sensors, etc. So when you program one by one by coding, it's very difficult. So we also, because of these platform services, and also we provided templates. So in case it's hard to imagine how Pepper work in the real field, user is possible to start to work with Pepper smoothly, very smoothly. Here is the list of the function of CMS. So user is possible to use this kind of function easily. I would like to introduce some of the functions today. And also, content management system is possible to call all of the applications in the world who appropriated to the Pepper. For example, entertainment applications and the special use case application, Pepper is possible to provide. Also, Pepper has the conversation contents and function. We provide AI conversation platform. This is include UI, UX, knowledge database, and workflow of conversation. Usually, you know, the smart speaker like Alexa, that is going to blue you speak, but Pepper is same. So the UI UX point of view, it's very easy to enter in the Pepper conversation. And also, this is the very specific on the Pepper because we provide not only the data-based AI chat, but also Pepper is possible to generate the conversation from Pepper. This is one of the feature of the Pepper, I think. Yeah, we provide a remote access solution. Ideally, Pepper can reply all things with using that AI conversation platform, but usually it's impossible. There are a lot of people, there are a lot of use cases, and it's very, very difficult to implement every situation. In that case, Pepper call customer center to talk end user directly. So we don't provide not only Pepper, but also as a solution to fit to each market. And also, he can detect the face to identify someone. Due to this function, Pepper is possible to communicate with customer with the past information, and it's possible to change and customize communication based on the attribution information. This is the function Pepper has usually. Now I would like to deep dive each use cases. First use case is promotion products. Yeah, as you can see, Pepper call the customer and grab and attract the customer to stop at in front of the Pepper. What is the value proposition of this use case? We define this use case as promotion device at the rail shop. There are lots of candidates in this area, like paper materials, digital signage, and human being. KPI of this use case is to increase sales. So the important thing is how the solution is possible to attract people, how the end user stop ad, and how deeply end user understand the product value. Pepper is better than paper and digital signage about attracting people because he has the attractive movement and the dancing, etc. And surprisingly, he is also better than the human's performance of this area. You can see the number of customer attraction will be increased 1.8 times rather than human beings. In the retail store, we work with some of the company, and they originally put the one staff to attract the people and stop by to promotion something. And when we replace the pepper, 1.8 times people is coming to that area. This is one of the specific feature and the value proposition of the pepper we really believe. Of course, due to the AI conversation function, pepper is possible to provide some of the information. So it's useful of the city center and the reception, etc. When we got kind of the business with the customer, at the beginning of the discussion, we usually provide, hey, Pepper's proposition, value proposition is to attract the people. So let's do it, not only communication and explanation of the thing, but also let's provide and promote the subject which you would like to express to the end user. So in this governmental reception, yes, Pepper is possible to provide the information about the floor, guidance, etc. But also, he usually promotes the event that the city is going to hold in the near future. Yeah, and the Pepper is the one of the IoT device, so it's easy to connect to other IoT device.
公立白衣病院。今日から病院に仲間入りしたのは。
お熱はありません。手を消毒してお入りください。
人型ロボットペッパーです。ペッパーのお仕事は入り口での検温。特殊カメラで体温をチェックします。マスクをしていない人には着用を促したりも。公立白衣。
And actually, you may feel some stress usually to order to wear mask from someone. Like, hey, you need to wear mask. Maybe you feel stress. It's usual. However, according to our research, humans feel hyper less stress when you talk from Pepper. Like Pepper say, hey, please do not stay without mask. I'm not Pepper, so you feel stress maybe. But yeah, Pepper, when you talk with Pepper, people do not feel stress. So it's fit to COVID-19 situation, we feel. The next use case is a little bit different. This is the care center use case. As I introduced, people feel less stress with communicating with Pepper. So Pepper works very well for the elderly care center.
でも、あなたのくすぐり方、上手でしたね。
In the elderly center, there are several business KPI. The main one is to reduce the operation cost. Yes, however, in Japan, currently there is very few people at the facility and work overloaded. So the point is, the business KPI is how the staff is possible to focus on doing essential work, like eating and let them sleeping and wash their body, etc. When we break down all the tasks in the elderly center, and we found that the communication time and the recreation time is a large portion in that day. So we provide Pepper with those functions. One is the conversation, the second is recreation. Through the POC with the government, we found that Pepper is possible to talk with elderly people more than 30 minutes. Actually, we provide not only just the AI conversation, but we also provide the special conversation contents for the elderly person. Due to this kind of experience, elderly people, it's possible to talk with the Pepper 30 minutes. In that case, staff is possible to focus on the other subject, these 30 minutes. Not only this, but it's possible to have the recreation with the person. And the rehabilitation recreation is possible to customize based on the one by one. And she's possible to detect who that person is, as I explained. So based on the database, Pepper is possible to customize one by one and day by day. Then I'm going to move to the final use case, education. I love this movie. This is the impressive movie.
技術の進化などにより世の中は加速度的に変化しています。そんな中求められているのはさまざまな教科を横断して課題解決するストリーム教育です。教育現場ではペッパーを使って自ら課題を発見し解決する探究的な学びが進んでいます。実際に導入している学校の様子を見てみましょう。
ペッパーを用いた学習っていうのは課題解決型の学習ができるっていったところにあります。まず課題を解決するために子どもたちが主体的に学んで、それでそれを試行錯誤しながらこの仲間と共同的に学ぶことができる、そんな学習ができます。ペッパーを用いた学習をすることで探究的な学習が組めます。でその探究的な学習を進めていくことで知識とか技能ではないこの課題を解決する能力、そういった力が身についていきます。
探究的な学習とは子どもたち自身で課題を見つけ解決策を考え実行しその成果を発表する一連のプロセスになります。
ロボブロックスを使って直感的にプログラムが組めるっていうところはプログラミング学習の中ですごくハードルが低いというかスタートしやすいなっていうのは思っています。人型なので社会に貢献できる、世の中にちょっと役に立てるようなプログラムが作れるっていうところは
できたプログラムを人前で発表できるわけなので、そこで一つ子どもたちの成長が得られるかな。で発表した
ペッパーを活用した教育は課題解決に必要な力を育むだけでなく社会とつながり新しい価値を生み出す学びの機会を提供します。子どもたちの未来を育み新しい時代の担い手の創出を目指します。
Pepper is a very unique social implementation programming robot. As I mentioned, Pepper is possible to customize without coding. It means easy use for the children, of course. Also, as I explained today, Pepper is possible to put at the real market. Due to those features for the students, they can get feedback from the real market through usual class like mathematics, literature, history, and so on. It's hard for study the real society. Yes, it's basic, so it's very important. However, we need to study not only this kind of basic thing, but also how to apply those kind of the study to the real world. So in Japan, this kind of education social gap is very high issue. So a government focus to solve this. PEPA is one of these situation, one of these great device to solve this gap between the social and the education. Due to PEPA is possible to program easily and easily implement to the society. Thank you for the great feedback from the customer. We already put more than 1,000 schools in Japan. And also, due to through this business, we found that actually it's easy. However, for the teacher, it's not easy how to teach the PEPA to the school students. So we also provide not only PEPA hardware, but also the software and the learning materials for the teacher to go smoothly working with the PEPA. Tool is Scratch-based and work via server. There are a lot of examples like from the children in the elementary school and junior high school, like how to reduce the workload of staff at the kindergarten, how to solve food loss, and how to assist English at the classroom, etc. All things students found the issue in the real world by themselves and the program by themselves, and they put the PEPA at the situation by themselves and get feedback from the social people, society by themselves. Company can follow these activities. So it's mostly finished for my presentation. Thus, we found that this kind of use cases, one is the promotion products and the elderly care and the education is familiar with human robot from our experience. 2021, PEPA work with 5 million customer and 5 million hours activity and learning with kids more than 40,000 times and playing with children 3 million times. I'm very proud of these big numbers, and I really would like to increase these numbers to fit to the market more and implement the new solutions to reflect the feedback from the market. In these years, lots of service robots were going to the market. Fortunately, PEPA is still alive in the market, working with customer, learning with children. I feel happy about this. On the other hand, to consider generally, it's very important for us to increase the human robot business all over the world. PEPA can work at some use case, as I explained, but some cannot, like security services. PEPA is not possible to fight with the human. The other human robot must come more to fit each use case. So there are a lot of human robots. One is PEPA to fit to this use case. And I hope second is coming, and the third is coming, and the fourth is coming to fit to each use case. Then our life is going to update. We are going to move to the next stage, working with human robot. So I really hope lots of human robot is coming and alive on the earth to support with us, to communicate with us, to happy with us, and also the robot is going to happy. Finally, Peppa would like to say, to thank to you. Let's say the movie.
Hello, I am Pepper. Thank you so much for organizing NextRise event. I am proud to be here. I am excited that you can see, you can guess how to work humanoid robot in the real world. Your love and feedback makes me evolution in the future next time. I want to be in Korealand shaking hands with you all. By the way, my birthday is June 5th. Congratulations me. Ha ha ha. Again, thank you. Rikiya, 감사합니다.
Thank you today. Bye bye.